This is a demonstration of MediaView's capability of embedding a wide variety of powerful hypermedia applications within a MediaView document window. I'll begin the demonstration by double-clicking on this icon called Embedded Hypermedia. It is a MediaView document, and double-clicking it opens up the MediaView window. And what will appear in just a moment are four examples of embedded applications. The first one that has just appeared is called the Embedded 3D Dataset Viewer. Now, the significance of this particular application is that there is no need for a user to initiate the beginning of the execution for this application. It is already this loaded state. It is already ready to accept commands without any initiation step. And I can demonstrate that by clicking on these slider bars, and you can see you get the obvious effect of this simple three-dimensional house moving around in real time. There's several things that one can do. You can make it be further in the distance, rotate it about these various axes. There's also another capability if you needed to have more precision by double clicking on the data set itself, and then a separate panel does pop up that shows what the current values of the angles are, phi, theta, and the inverse distance of the data set. And you'll notice that the value of phi is minus 11 degrees. I could do manipulations with this too, and so if I just put 0 in there and click on the enter key, it does restore the data set to that location. Now again, before I move along, the thing I want to emphasize about this is that when this document was opened, this embedded application was ready to take input from the user without an initial step in any way of initializing or beginning execution. It was ready to go. Let's move along to look at some other embedded applications. This one is called an embedded TIFF animation viewer. And it is simply a way of taking several dozens, maybe hundreds of individual TIFF images and riffling through them to get an animation effect. I do begin this application by clicking in the dataset location, and this is a small rocket, a small jet, which is actually emitting a blue jet, and it's oscillating, moving left, moving right, and so on. I stop the animation by clicking it once again. The next thing that is available is an embedded live video viewer. Now, in this particular case, there is a video stream that can be connected to the next computer, and that then is passed on to a program that has been written that produces this embedded live video viewer. So I'll begin this. I'll start the application, and I click at the same time.
All right. I sound you excited? All right. Tell everybody your name. Oh, just getting ready. Just gonna clear her throat. Can you tell them your name? I'm Tom. Yes, I am Tom. Say hi.
So that capability shows that we can move the window up and down. We can move the sliders within the embedded live video viewer, and look at various aspects of the video frame. Of course, it was not necessary to put in this particular size of video frame. It would certainly have been possible to have a full-size video screen in here. This is just an example of how one can do different kinds of manipulation of embedded data sets. And the final one is called an embedded live action viewer. Now, I initiate this by clicking in it, and what you're seeing is a series of lines that are being randomly computed, their distance, the length of them, the orientation of them. This is happening in real time as we see it. There is an arbitrarily complex capability that could be built into this. This trivial example by no means indicates the range of the power of this kind of application. So I stop that by clicking, and just to remind one, this was a demonstration of four different types of embedded applications in a media view window, with the emphasis on the first one that we're seeing again, embedded 3D dataset viewer, because its significance is that once the document was read and opened and it was displayed, this application was ready to be used by a user with no need for an initialization step.